Good morning, children. Hope you are fine at home. Today we'll do a poem called The Champa Flower. All of y'all must have heard or seen this champa flower. So this is a poem about this pretty looking flower. Let's read the poem first and then understand it. Supposing I become a champa flower just for fun and grew on a branch high up that tree and shook in the wind with laughter and danced upon the newly budded leaves. Would you know me, mother? You would call, "Baby, where are you?" And I should laugh to myself and keep quiet. I should slyly open my petals and watch you at your work. When after your bath, with wet hair spread on your shoulders, you walked through the shadow of the champa tree to the little courts where you say your prayers, you would notice the scent of the flower, but not know that it came from me. When after the midday meal you sat at the window reading Ramayana and the tree's shadow fell over your hair and your lap, I should fling my wee little shadow onto the page of your book just where you were reading. But would you guess that it was the tiny shadow of your little child? When in the evening you went to the cowshed, I should suddenly drop onto the earth again and beg you to tell me a story. Where have you been, you naughty child? I won't tell you, mother. That's what you and I would say then. And this beautiful poem is written by a very famous poet, Rabindranath Tagore. Now, let us read the poem again and understand it. This poem is about a bond between a child and the mother. So the child is pretending that the child is a champa flower. And if he was a champa flower, how he would act with his mother, how he would play with his mother. So let's read it, children, again. Supposing I became a champa flower just for fun. So you can see in the first line only, the child is supposing that he was a champa flower just for fun, not for reality, and grew on a branch high up that tree. So if he was a champa flower, he would have been on one of these branches high up the tree and shook in the wind with laughter. And when the wind would blow, he would shake here and there and have fun and laugh, and danced upon the newly budded leaves. And as he would sway here and there with the wind, he would also dance. Would you know me, mother? But if he was the champa flower, would his mother know him then? Because she wouldn't see him as he was now. Now let's read the next stanza. You would call, "Baby, where are you?" So his mother would be searching for him here and there and asking, "Where are you, bacha?" And I should laugh to myself and keep quite quiet. And just like you play hide and seek with mummy sometimes, this little child who's now a champa flower will see the mother searching for him, but he'll keep quiet and have fun. I should slyly open my petals and watch you at your work. When mummy is doing work, when he was a champa flower, he'll slowly open his petals and watch his mummy do her work. When after your bath, with wet hair spread on your shoulders, you walked through the shadow of the champa tree to the little courts where you say your prayers. So when after taking a bath, mummy, who has wet her hair and left her hair on her shoulders to dry, would walk through the shadow of the champa tree. And where is she going? She is going to the courts where she says her prayers, to the temple. That time you would notice the scent of the flower, but you not know that it came from me. So when she's walking, she's passing by the champa tree. She's going to say her prayers. As she's walking, she would get the sweet smell or the scent of the champa flower. But she won't know that that champa flower is the baby. So she wouldn't know that this scent that she's getting is from her own child. When after the midday meal, you sat at the window reading Ramayana. So when after her food, mother sat near the window to read the Ramayana story, and the tree shadow fell over your hair and your lap. So she's sitting near the window which is close to the champa tree. So as she's sitting and reading the Ramayana, the shadow of the tree is falling all over her. I should fling my wee little shadow onto the page of your book just where you were reading. So what the child is doing? Playing with the mother. So he's saying, then if I am the champa flower, I will put my small little shadow right on the page that you're reading. So mother will get disturbed. But would you guess that it was the tiny shadow of your little child? Will mother know that this shadow of the champa flower that is on the page of the book she is reading is nothing but the shadow of her own child? When in the evening you went to the cow shed, I should suddenly drop onto earth again and beg you to tell me a story. After the whole day, when in the evening mother went to the cow shed where the cows are, suddenly the champa flower will drop onto the earth and become the child again. And then she's missed mother the whole day. So the child is going to tell mother, please now sit with me and tell me a lovely story and spend time with me. And then what will mother say? Where have you been, you naughty child? Because The child was missing so long because the child had become the champa flower. So then mother is asking the child, "Where have you been the whole day?" And what does the child answer? "I won't tell you, mother, because it's a secret." That's what you and I would say then. So this will be the conversation between the mother and the child. Wasn't this a lovely poem? So this is an imaginary poem where the child is imagining to be a champa flower, and when the child is a champa flower, how he would play with his mother. Now let's answer the questions. Question 1. This poem is about make-believe. The mother's activities described in this poem are a part of her daily routine, but the child wants to play a new role in it just for fun. Write one or two things that the child wants to do as a champa flower. So write any two things that the child wants to do if he becomes a champa flower. First, just like a champa flower, the child would open its petals and quietly watch mother do her work. And second, the child also wants to throw her shadow on the page of the book that mother was reading. Second, if you were to play a game of make-believe, what would you like to imagine? Write a few lines about it. So just like this child has become a champa flower and imagining stories, what would you imagine to become? Write about it in a few lines. So what would you become and what would you do? For example, if I were to play a game of make-believe, I would imagine being a teacher. I would be a friendly and nice teacher. I would teach the students very well. And when they did well and finished all their studies, I would give them free time to play games and have fun. You have to think of something that you want to make believe, and what would you do then? Write it in your own words, children. That is all for today, children. Thank you and have a nice day.